Hello, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make an Origami Flexagon, which is this little thing here, which will continuously fold in on itself, creating like a origami fidget toy. And it's very satisfying, very cool little thing to make. Okay. So let's get started. What you will need for today, I'm going to be using a pink piece of A4 paper, but you can use white, and you'll also need a ruler and a pen and a pair of scissors, but the scissors are optional. You could tear the paper if you don't have access to any. So to start with, get the paper in front of you in a landscape position, take the two edges and fold in half. Like so. Open that up. Now from the center line where we've creased there, take this edge down. So it's running along there. And crease. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Crease. Turn this over. Then we're going to flip up this rectangle on the bottom till we get ourselves a triangle. A little tip here is this crease here, if we match that up there, then we know that it's going to be in the center. Strike a line across. And then we're going to cut along this line we've just folded now with the scissors. Like I said before, if you give it a couple of folds in each direction, you could tear it. Okay, let's get rid of these two bits. Open it back up, so we've got ourselves a nice rectangle, and then we're going to take this rectangle and we're going to fold it in half, having the paper once again in a landscape position in front of us, matching the corners up. And creating a nice strong crease. Open that up, and now we're going to take each half of the rectangle that we've just made here and we're going to fold them in half again. So taking the bottom two edges up to the line that we've just created, pressing that down, creating a strong crease, turning it around, and then taking these bottom two edges again to the middle crease. Pushing down to give us a nice crease. Make sure these are both folded inwards. So we've got this, and where we've got our center line, fold that over. Just so it'll give it all a good rub down, so we're creating nice solid creases. Open this back up. So what we've got essentially in front of us is two rectangles with this line crease in the center. So we're going to half both of the rectangles now, taking these two corners and taking them to the center crease. Same on the other side. Taking these two end corners and taking them into the center. What we've done there, we've divided that up into quarters, and now we're going to take each quarter and half them once more. So to do that, we're going to take the bottom square first, take the corners up to the first crease, a strong fold along, and then we're going to take the corners and we're going to take them right the way up to here, and what that is doing is dividing the last square, the second square in this side, in half, and then we're going to do exactly the same process on this side. So taking the bottom two corners, taking them up to the first crease, and then taking those corners all the way up to this crease here. Giving us this crease pattern. So this is now where we're going to need to take our ruler and our pen. I'm going to make a few marks on the paper just so you can see clearly the center mark of the paper, which is here and here. And then, so say we're dividing this into half and then half again into quarters. This crease line here also, I'll just make 2 marks there so you can see it. You don't have to make these, but they do help you to see where you're creating your lines. So we're going to place our ruler from the center line to the edge of the paper. There. And the same on the other side, so from the center of the paper to the edge, being nice and accurate with our pen line. Turning the paper around, and then repeating the process again from the center to the edge. And on the other side. The other lines we've marked here and here, so we're going to take this to the center, essentially making a cross in this first rectangle section we've got, and then same in the bottom section from the center to the line we've created there. Same on the other side, so just flip that around. There and there. Now the last 2 lines we're going to make is from here, and it's going to go through the center line and then match up here, and then again from there coming diagonally along through the center line, matching up here. So here we go, I'll just show you what we're doing. There, that's giving you this nice diamond fold pattern, and what we're going to do now is just go ahead and we're going to fold the paper along the lines we've just drawn on the paper. Little tip, just to start the paper off, use your thumb and your forefinger just to manipulate it to where you want it to go before applying pressure to turn that into a crease. Takes a little bit of time to make sure that you've gone through all of the lines that we've drawn, turning them into creases, using your thumb and your forefinger to manipulate the paper to where you want it before folding it down into a crease. Work all the lines going in one direction first. Using the lines as a guide. Once you're happy, creating a crease. 2 more in this direction. and then the lines going in the opposite direction. Exactly the same thing. Use the lines we've drawn as a guide. Fold in the paper along them. And using your thumb and your forefinger to help get that crease started. And then once you're happy with that, commit that to a full crease. There we go, from there all the way down. Just this line and this line to go. You will be able to feel once you've turned all the lines into creases. So once you're done, just give them all a little check just to make sure you haven't missed any. Okay, now that we've taken it that far, flip it up on its edge. And what we want to do now is, once we've got it in this triangle position, we want to take one half here and insert it into the other half by lifting the two flaps up and pushing one side into the other. Give it a little push and a wiggle till it's all the way inside. This is important. If you don't get it inside, then it's going to throw all the other shapes off. So you do want to make sure that it's all the way inside. There we go, and now he's going in. Okay. So once you've got this, the two sides locked in and you've got this triangle shape, if you've seen any of the videos we've done previously, you'll know that this next section is, this next fold is called a reverse fold. So each line here of the triangle you've got, there is a point in the middle and that will just push down on itself. So we're going to do that 3 times, there, there, and there. And we're going to flip that over the other way. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Just reverse fold in. There. There. And there. Okay, once you've got it to this stage now, which looks like this, these high points here and here, so you've got this there, and there. By putting your thumb in the back, you'll be able to push these down and you want to do that on each side. Putting a finger or thumb underneath, folding them down. If I turn it that way, you see how they're closing in the gap in the middle. Last section. Again with my finger behind, close those sides down. And that is pretty much it. That's your Origami Flexagon. The first time you rotate it through on itself, just go gently, just to make sure that it's going through and it's not catching on anything. You may just need to readjust or firm up some of the creases you've got in there. And it will then just continually fold through on itself. Like so. There we go. So there we have it. Origami Flexagon. Give it a try.